Today, on episode 26 of Play to Earn Crypto Games that you need to play, we're going to discuss 3 more crappy crypto games that are either dead, plain crappy, or just totally not worth playing. This is Crappy Crypto Games, Part 3. I'm your host, Chaos Dubs, and without further ado, let's get started. Part 1 is going to see us exploring a crappy, terrible game called Millions on Mars. So many new projects, tokens, coins, NFTs, games, and innovations constantly bombarding us and fighting for our attention and support, it's super easy to be distracted by fancy websites, big promises, enticing roadmaps, and the images of grandeur and wealth some of these projects offer. It's important to always take some extra time to learn about these types of new and upcoming offers, the teams behind them, and their overall stability as an organization. Sometimes the information is quite difficult to find, and that in itself should be a red flag. Many of these companies are trying to make a quick buck and are often hardly legitimate. Of course, there are many more that are legit, and sometimes it can be quite the challenge to decipher which ones are worth spending your time and money on, and which ones may liquidate your portfolio or waste the most valuable resource that you have, which is time. Some of the main things I've previously mentioned that I look for when deciding if a game is any good are a trailer that shows actual gameplay footage, not concept art, not cartoons, and not bullet points, and a playable demo or an alpha, something that shows that they have a development team, like they can make a working product, and of course that can always be improved upon. You need to have something more than just a broken game world with nothing to do, and I have seen many of those. Otherwise I'm really not going to be interested in it, and it may make this list. And another thing that really gets projects on this list really quick is originality. Many of the games that I've come across in my metaverse travels are either super shitty ripoffs of existing games or classic games even, and people are trying to revive them to make some money, or on the other hand, they're just poorly thought out and lazily executed rug pulls, money grabs, and unoriginal content that's just rehashed with a different skin. None of those requirements even demand that the game be good, just simply something working and not a scam. At first, this game may seem like a civilization and city builder, but it doesn't actually provide that. Millions on Mars may not be a scam, but I didn't even bother investigating that far because of how awful the provided gameplay is. This is your classic click and yawn game where basically nothing happens. There's no moving characters, no awesome graphics, no control scheme, and basically nothing to do. It doesn't get more boring than this. It's basically just a game of navigating menus while upgrading items and facilities such as solar panels, water filters, and recharging your batteries. There is no gameplay footage trailer, there is barely a playable demo if you can even call it that, and there's little to no originality here. This style of game has been rehashed over and over in the crypto gaming space, and I'm getting quite tired of it. The most popular version of this type of game is Alien Worlds, and it too is terrible. It's essentially menu after menu with very little graphical interface, a lot of clicking, a lot of reading. So Millions on Mars gives you a very short and very boring demo that lasts all of maybe 90 seconds. And this is promptly followed by the game asking you to link your Wax wallet, which gives you an option, of course, to purchase an access badge. This access badge will allow you to continue to play this crappy game for the low price of $10. Needless to say, I won't be wasting any of my money on this game or any more of my valuable time, and I don't suggest that you do either. With that, let's move into part 2. This is one of the crappiest crypto games I have ever seen. Welcome to the Red Village. When I think of playing a game, I usually recall inputting controls some way or another, playing against an opponent of some type, whether it's AI or someone else, and receiving some sort of stimulation during the session, even maybe hoping for my character or team to be victorious in whatever the goal in the game may be. Well, the Red Village lacks all of those basic pieces of a game. You don't actually do anything. There's no control in your character, there's no game to play, there's no skin in the game, like you're not rooting for anybody, and really overall it's absolutely no point to this garbage. It's just a waste of time. It's made on Unity, so the graphics, despite being a top-down style, are awful. Horrible anti-aliasing, robotic clunky movement, and shitty animation. There's no way to denote which character is yours, and there's really no controlling the character to verify your inputs. So you sign in, you wait for this beta to load, and it shows many characters as it loads, leaving you guessing who is who. Then it loads in a bunch of random fighters who auto battle 1 versus 1 tournament style until the final player is left standing. This game, if you can call it that, is more like a shitty computer generated short film with no action, no intro, no peak, and no denouement. And as the poorly animated characters auto battle, you sit here clicking buttons wondering WTF is going on. When this terrible, very slow motion fight ends, you are crowned the winner. I was left confused and frustrated that such a crappy experience is allowed to exist unbothered. The leaderboards are a joke, and there's absolutely zero chance I will be putting a red cent into this red village steaming pile of crap. Do not waste your time on this nonsense and demand better from developers by voting with your dollars. Before you have a chance to remember the shameful experience, let's move on to part 3. This is Dystopia Battle Arena. Many of these developers, in my opinion, are either lazy, unskilled, or desperate for money. One after another, crappy crypto games that are nearly direct ripoffs of AAA gaming titles or terrible rehashes of popular, refined, and working crypto titles are released into the world. And for some reason, the crypto community seems to eat them up. Some of these are awful projects and games that have well over $1 million invested in them. I feel like it has to do with folks possibly trying to be early adopters in hopes of finding a 100x or better moonshot. But, I mean, really, where's the utility for the end user in a lot of these? What does the average crypto investor have to gain from investing early in these relatively unknown gaming projects? Well, in my opinion, not much, if anything. Many of these are designed as a money trap to fill the pockets of the people running these games and development teams. I'm sure you're familiar with rug pulls. The end user almost never benefits from investing in these unknown and risky projects. What they end up doing is funding something that may never take off, or something that may leave a lot of people high and dry while the mastermind behind it retires early. Don't be part of the problem. Always do your own research and only invest what you're willing to lose. So far, Dystopia Battle Arena seems much like a classic city builder game such as Anno, or even as a more recent example like Clash of Clans and the like, but it is a faster paced multiplayer battle rather than a long game civilization builder. This game seems like it has possibly a bit of potential to be better than crappy, but due to the fact that the lobbies are totally dead, I have been unable to join a game and actually play it. The premise behind it appears to be that you have a chance to use 200 points to build your army, and each soldier requires a different amount of points, so you have to choose wisely. They say that strategy is super important in this game, so you got to learn which soldiers work best for your particular setup and which will come in handy when. You can modify the existing structure of your town to suit your needs and ward off the attacks, but again, I haven't actually got a chance to experience this. Unfortunately, I spent most of my time searching for opponents rather than actually getting a chance to play, and due to that, it made the crappy crypto games list. As far as a playable demo goes, this doesn't really have one, as you need 4 others to actually play, which really leads it to be boring, which leads you to not want to play or even try to continue. Developers really need to learn they must provide a working sample that doesn't require a player base or an investment to actually try. As players get a chance to experience what the devs have to offer and spread the word through friends and content creation, the game will gain organic traction, organic players, and will be genuinely desired, all the while giving devs a chance to polish up the finished product for the final release. One example that comes to mind is Phantom Galaxies. Not only is the demo polished and incredibly well done, it doesn't require any internet, other players, or money to get started, other than the $10 NFT, which is absolutely worth every penny. Phantom Galaxies will be a huge hit when it comes time for the full game to unleash upon us, and many early adopters have had a chance to spread the word on YouTube and social media, creating quite the demand, myself included, and there's been a lot of people interested in that game. It's really well done. Crypto gaming is still the Wild West, and with many scams, shady offers, and illegitimate products, we have to be diligent as a community. In the end, I think what we all really want are working games that are worth spending our time and money on, and maybe, just maybe, a legitimate opportunity to earn some passive income from doing something we love. Don't waste your time on these crappy crypto games and invest in something that will be worth at bare minimum the time that you invest in it. Follow me on TikTok at ChaosDubs and at ChaosBikes, and do not miss the flood of new outdoors content that's coming out of my other channel, youtube.com/ChaosBikesGarage. We've been putting out a couple of videos every week. I've been out in the bush every weekend getting this content to keep it rolling, and it's really awesome, you guys. So make sure you stop in there and say hello. This has been part 3 of Crappy Crypto Games and part 26 of Play to Earn Crypto Games that you need to play. I'm your host, Chaos Dubs. Thank you all for watching. Be grateful, be good to each other, and see you in the next one. Chaos Dubs out.